Bom dia, boa tarde ou boa noite. Hoje no canal Sinergias Holisticas. Temos uma entrevista com Yasmine Tátim, terapeuta holística.
Hello, Yasmine. Good afternoon.
Hello. Hello.
So, can we start? Yes.
Yes, when you're ready.
Okay. Yasmine, tell us, please, to our listeners, how do you start your spiritual journey and path?
It was through yoga. I started practicing yoga regularly, and through that consistent practice, I began to become more aware of my body, of my mind, my thoughts, and I began to gather some space between my thoughts and my awareness of my thoughts. And then after that, through meditation, and after that, several other practices in yoga, within the yoga umbrella, breath work, meditation, several meditation techniques, and it happened very gradually. And I began to experience healing, like physical healing, emotional healing, and that's how it began. That was about 2012. 2012 seems to be a very meaningful year for a lot of people.
So, 2012, when you started, you already knew some people, or it's just by intuition you start following to go to yoga?
It was quite intuitive. I moved to Sydney to study English. I'm originally from Brazil, so I moved to Sydney to improve my English. And I happened to live across from a yoga studio. And one day I was walking by, and there was an offer. And I felt, those actions, I didn't really think about it. I felt like kind of called in or pulled inside. And I signed up for 2 weeks. And I went every day for those 2 weeks. And soon after those 2 weeks, I started feeling very different. And I signed up for another month after that and never stopped.
Okay. But you have any case in your life similar with the depression or no?
Yes. So at that time, so when I was a teenager, I was around 13, I started taking antidepressants and seeing a psychiatrist. And when that went on up to when I was, up to my in my 20s, and it was I would have ups and downs, and I would visit the psychiatrist and to get a prescription, and the antidepressants were managing it, and it looked pretty normal on the outside, but I was psychologically dependent on those antidepressants. I was afraid of letting them go and experience the very deep sadness, low energy. I would feel fatigued. And at that time, I wasn't aware of anything. So I just believed what the doctor told me. And so when I started doing yoga and started feeling different, I also had asthma since I was little, since a childhood. And I started breathing better. First of all, like the breath was very powerful. Breathing deeply and with awareness, more awareness. So self-awareness is the key. Self-awareness that I developed through the practices. But I started breathing better, and then I started feeling, especially after meditation, more so meditation practices, I started attending Buddhist meditation retreats at Buddhist monastery. And that's when I started feeling more of the emotional healing. And then eventually I felt ready to stop taking the antidepressants.
Okay, so okay, I just cannot listen now.
You cannot listen to me? You cannot hear me?
Yes, I got no, yeah, no, okay.
Hello?
So
Hello?
yes, are you hear me? Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So, can you tell us what is meditation for a person who doesn't know anything about yoga? Can you, or just experience?
What is yoga and what is meditation?
Yes.
Okay. So yoga means union, or to join, to yoke, to connect with. So so it means a tool through which one can experience oneness, unity with something higher. We can say higher self, or a higher perspective, something bigger than ourselves. So unity with that which is beyond the separate self. It is a tool through which one can experience connectedness, interconnectedness with the whole. It can feel whole. So whole. Along the years, thousands of years, it evolved from deep meditative practices to physical practices. Only around for the physical part of yoga, the movement, body movement, is very modern. It was only in after 1900s. Yeah, it's very, very recent that the physical experience of yoga came about. And in order to support a more modern lifestyle that needed some physical well-being as well. And so from there it evolved. It's a wide science that involves the body, physical body, emotional well-being, and energetic well-being, and so on. So now it's a word that perhaps nowadays we associate with physical postures. But the intention of yoga is to enhance our self-awareness, our ability to be mindful of our inner experience, in order to have that experience of oneness, of joining together with that which connects us all. So meditation is we can say, so the word meditation itself can mean to investigate, to evaluate, to measure. But I think I can describe it as a state of awareness, a state of mind, a state of being that is beyond the surface noise in the mind. And that's we can say, so guided meditation is when a teacher can guide you through a mindfulness practice. So guided meditation can also be described as mindfulness. And meditation itself, it's a state that comes about possibly spontaneously, but can come about through practice as well. But that is a state that nobody really can teach you. It is, you gotta find out and discover. by tuning in, by staying quiet, by shifting your focus away from the external world and tuning in inside. And it can begin with breath, observing breath, shifting our focus from thoughts and external world to maybe one point of focus. So first step of meditation would be what we call concentration, just training the mind to be one pointed, and that can facilitate then the experience of the state we call meditation.
Okay, so we can see, for example, a mathematician, when he tries very hard and concentrates in the problem, we can also say he is meditating, or no?
I would say that he's concentrated, he's focused, which means he's able to cut out everything else and focus on that only. And that could lead, it can lead, and I believe it often does with those activities, that one can get in what we call the zone. It's that state where there seems to be a flow of creativity that one doesn't need to think about it. It just flows. Mathematicians, physicists can experience that. Artists, in any activity that we are really engaged in and that we really find joy in and fun, we can get in that zone, which is that flow, just a creative flow without the analytical mind being necessary there. And I think I would say more like a concentration, maybe like a flow state. I would say meditation is a state where you're not acting physically. Your body is not really moving, and you're in stillness. I think stillness describes the state of meditation. And when we are present for what we are doing, present in our activities, I would say that it's more appropriate to say one is present for that activity, fully present, fully concentrated and focused, not distracted by a multitasking kind of thinking going on. Maybe it can lead to that flow state. But I think meditation is slightly different.
Okay. Meditation, it starts with mantras or no?
It can. Again, mantra would work as similar to focusing on what you're doing, instead of spreading your attention to many different thoughts, or your mind might wander and there might be a lot going on. A mantra will give you a tool to focus your attention in one thing, to train your mind to be one pointed. Mantra is especially helpful for when the mind is busy, is very noisy, and so a mantra can be very helpful, because instead of going right into silence that might feel challenging and overwhelming at first, a mantra can be a wonderful aid to concentrate the mind, to quiet the mind, to calm the mind. You can think of the mind as like a child or a puppy, and a mantra would be like a pacifier, like a toy that will pacify. And that's my perception of mantra. Some people really resonate with mantra. Again, you need to find what works for you. There are several ways of practicing, and some people really resonate with mantra and continue practicing mantra for years and years. I perceive it as a tool, just like a toy that you would use temporarily, and eventually it is when you feel you're ready to let go, just like you let go of a toy because you grow up and you let go of a toy, then you can let go and release and see what shows up in the mind, and you might be able to get to that quiet space without having that tool.
Okay. I have a friend who practices meditation with a teacher, and she told me there is several levels of meditation. Can you explain that? What kind of the levels of meditation there is?
I guess I think it's tricky to say levels, because essentially, so I think you would say level if you perceive meditation as a skill, and then just like any other skill, you would be more skilled the more you practice it. But if we look into the nature of who we are all essentially the same. Our mind is exactly the same, and we all have the same potential. And there are some things that can happen spontaneously, and that's the beauty of it. For example, one can be practicing meditation for years and years and be very skilled at it, very skilled at mantras, very professional, and years of experience. And then maybe we can say, wow, that person is on a high level of meditation. Another one can start out in the first week, boom, have a deep insight and go deep into the mind, and maybe reach a level in the mind that is potentially deeper than that one who's been practicing for years. Does it make sense?
Yes, I know. There is no kind of determinism in this.
Yeah, well, our intellect likes to think in levels
Yes.
and linearity and level 1, 2, 3, but that's not how the mind works. So it can take a second, and it can, and sometimes the long years of practice and and a lot of experience can be actually an obstacle.
Okay, I know, because like with another spiritual practice, the ego must not interfere with meditation. Yes, the ego, the mind.
Yes. The ego loves to say, "Oh wow, I've been practicing for so long.
Exactly.
I'm on level 10 now."
So
and like a child, I like to play with this, associating our essence, our nature, with a child, an innocent child, because that will prevent the ego from clinging into it. It tries. That's okay. It tries, but remembering that our innocence and that we are all the same. We're all children playing, and all those tools like meditation and mantras are all toys to pacify our wild mind, and we're all in the same boat.
okay, so you only practice yoga, or you have any other spiritual knowledge?
What do you mean by spiritual knowledge?
For example, do you read the book A Course in Miracles? And
Yes.
it's a way to disappear the ego.
Yes.
To put the ego aside.
Yes. So okay. So ever since I experienced what we can refer to as an awakening, right, which is the process of realizing that my thoughts are not necessarily real, or my thoughts are not me. So that there's that, thoughts are going by, but I am observing the thoughts. And I think that's when I realized that that's what catalyzed what we call awakening. And then there has been it never ends. Like I went from Buddhist meditation and Chinese medicine and several yogic practices, several different yogic practices from different lineages, different different branches of yoga. And 2 years ago, a course in miracles came to me, and I believe it was the year of 22. I did the workbook throughout the year of 2022, and it was very transformative. And I reconnected actually with the teacher we call Jesus through that teaching, because I wasn't into any religion as Christianity or anything like that. I knew that his teachings were misunderstood and misinterpreted, but so I just stayed away from it at all. And so a course kind of brought, actually before the course, Yogananda, biography of a yogi, Yogananda mentions Jesus a lot. So that was actually what reconnected me with Jesus. Coming from South America, my family was Christian, so there was that Christianity going on around, but I didn't really follow it. There wasn't actually an aversion to it. Anyway, of course, it was very, very transformative. And then from there, I've been expanding on that quality of teaching, the kind of teaching through other books, like similar books.
Like the disappearance of universe, maybe.
Sorry?
Another book similar to A Course in Miracles is The Disappearance of the Universe. Do you read about it?
No. What unfolded from the course was The Way of the Heart.
Okay. Yes, very
Have you
nice.
heard?
Yes. Very nice.
Yes. So I just so we are now moving into December, and again, it's a year-long practice, and I'm just completing The Way of the Heart and moving into the one following that, which is The Way of Transformation next year. I'm excited.
So, in this day and age, do you think that artificial intelligence could be an opportunity to free human to spirituality, to have more time to self-knowledge? What do you think about this? Maybe an opportunity or a threat? What do you think?
That's a possibility. I like to perceive possibilities as opposed to limitations. And that's definitely a possibility that we are already experiencing in some way or another. There are a lot of our labor that is being done by what we can call artificial intelligence. But and then that will depend on the way we approach it on our own level of consciousness. So I'm positive about it. I believe it as I see it as a possibility, an opportunity. Oh, I actually believe there are only opportunities. There are only opportunities.
Okay.
Even when it's disguised as some obstacle, it is always an opportunity.
Okay.
That's how I experience it.
Okay, very nice. Yes, an opportunity to free. What do you think about traditional medicine to embrace the spiritual path, the holistical human being? What do you think? Do you think it's a possibility, or will be a reality in the near future? Traditional medicine to embrace also spiritual path.
Yes, that's slowly but surely happening already.
Okay.
There are many doctors embracing alternative medicine. I believe an integration would be ideal, and that's gradually happening, and faster and faster. Our doctor is applying acupuncture. Our doctor is moving into a more integrative, more functional medicine. And as science advances and catches up, and we have more evidence, more studies that show what is actually going on in our body and our mind, and that there's more than just isolated organs. Everything is symbiotic and connected. Everything is connected. So we are becoming more aware of that. And as we have more scientific studies, more evidence, there is no way you can deny that. So it's just a matter of being patient with the system, because it takes a while. Let's say it takes about 100 years for a generation to evolve. And what we know today as Western medicine, it's very young too. And it's in an evolution, just like everything, just like us is in evolution. So I think ideally it will be an integration, which is, I see it's happening.
Okay. And in your daily life, you are teaching yoga. What you are spiritual? You are teaching some spiritual to other people.
I teach yoga, and through yoga classes, it's always infused with self-awareness and mindfulness, and I like to include self-inquiry and self-awareness, questions that we ask ourselves to get to know ourselves better, and to tune in inside. And yes, through movement, through mindful movement, through breathing and meditation that happens in a yoga class. And I also work one-on-one with clients. So I coach clients, and then that's very individual, very particular. But there's always what I call transformational, which is moving from a limited perspective to expansion. And by seeing possibilities, then the transformation can occur.
Okay. So you are being in Australia now, yes? And
No, I'm in California,
okay,
Southern California.
Southern California, and you have foreign students, for online remote students, or no, or just local physical students?
Both.
Okay.
Both.
Okay.
Mhm.
You practice, Reiki?
Yes.
And I've been a student from Reiki, and I'm a testimony of the benefits of Reiki. Do you think Reiki is also an alternative, a complement to yoga, for example?
Yes, possibly. Possibly. I know of some yoga teachers who offer Reiki in yoga classes. I think that's a beautiful compliment. And the way I have experienced, I received Reiki in a separate setting, in a separate, and
Do you feel the benefits? Do you feel the benefits? Do you feel it?
Yes. I think the benefits can occur when there is understanding energy now, the way we understand. There needs to be a resonance between the person receiving and the person giving.
Yes, it's true. It's true. It's true.
Right. And an opening and a willingness from both parts. So it's like a tuning an instrument. If it's out of tune,
Exactly.
maybe you're going to feel more maybe you're going to feel more relaxed through it, which is beneficial in itself. But the superpower of Reiki requires a fine tune.
It's like a radio when you tune a radio station. Exactly.
Exactly. And just like everything, there are musicians playing amazing songs and creating amazing songs, very very fine tuned. And there are some Reiki practitioners that are doing amazing work, and some that are well intended. But again, that you need to be really aware of what's going on energetically. You need to be really in tune with the universe, and the person is to be really tuned. So there are a lot of things that need to synchronize and harmonize there for healing to actually occur.
Of course, yes. Very thing must be harmonized. Do you think, for example, in the Course in Miracles, basically, the resume could be stated like, we came to this world to know who we are, to know yourselves. You believe this? You accept this?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
do you want to say anything else?
Um, no, that we can use everything that is available out there, such as your channel, any tools to guide us. But remembering that ultimately everything we're looking for is within.
Exactly.
Is within us. Yeah.
So we can
So go
conclude.
there, go there more often.
Yes, we conclude that anything that is outside of us is a tool to know inside of us.
Yes,
Okay. So
yes. Yeah, but everything can become a distraction, including spiritual teachings. Yeah.
exactly, that's another question. If you
Another
don't mind.
topic. Yeah.
Yeah, another question. Exactly, is there is no judge, of course, but there are some kind of spirituality that it it uh, it falls in the trap of the ego, a
Yeah.
spiritual
Yeah.
ego.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I definitely been there. Definitely fell there. I think we can easily. It's basically fear, right?
Yes,
That
exactly.
we are afraid looking for something through perhaps our career, money, relationships, and then we find the spirituality, and then oh wow, maybe I'll hold on to this thing,
Exactly.
and I was scared, and it's part of the journey, and we're just kids learning to play in the kingdom,
Exactly.
and I guess it comes with certain level of maturity, many mistakes later, and to realize that I don't even like to use the word spiritual or not spiritual, spirituality and not
Mhm.
spirituality, because there's nothing that is not spiritual.
Yes, in
There's
the end,
not,
yes.
everything is the same thing. So
Yes.
so like, oh, this microphone is also energy, this computer is energy. We are essentially made out of same energetic um, content,
Yes.
so vibrating in different frequencies. So now that we have science to show us, hey, this is what masters have been talking about. So surprisingly, quantum physics and quantum mechanics gives me what I need to have a whole a holistic understanding of spirituality. So I like to go to science as well to have that integration and bring myself down to earth.
Yes. Because even science is spiritual also. Yes.
Exactly. There's no difference. We differentiate because we are in this
In the
game of
separation, as a course in
differentiating
miracles,
things.
we are in the separation.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a part of the fun.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
very nice. So we will end now. Thank you so
Okay.
much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate your reaching out.
Okay, thank you. Can you tell us your school, please? Oh, in South California, yes.
I'm in Southern California.
Mhm.
If you want to contact me, I'm on Instagram,
Okay,
Yasmine.Tátim, Tatim, or on my website. You can find my contact there. You can
okay,
find out what is available there for you. There are free resources, courses, retreats,
okay.
and on YouTube I post meditation every week and a video every week, and I'm about to launch a podcast as well. So
Okay, very nice.
yeah, so and my website is yasmintatim.com.
Okay, okay. So you do also guided meditation,
Yes.
but online too?
Yes, so they are pre-recordings from a membership I had for a while.
Hmm.
So I have a lot of videos from the period we were I was teaching live, So I'm publishing recordings on YouTube. They're Zoom recorded videos, but people seem to enjoy them as well, and they do the job. So every week there is a new video there, and plus other videos about things I discover, and as soon as I find something out that I find it helpful, I share on YouTube.
Okay. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Maybe one day we'll talk about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Stay in touch.
Okay. Stay. Bye. Nice.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Have
Bye.
a great day.
Bye.
Good evening there.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Bye. Bye.
Bye bye.